Are you new to using a Mac and you're wondering, how the heck do I install a program or an Apple Talk, an app? You might be a longtime Windows user, and if you are, the process is a little different. In this video, I'm going to walk you through how to install an app on a Mac. Now, it doesn't matter what kind of a Mac it is. This process is the same for all models, whether it is a Mac Neo, whether it is a MacBook Air, whether it's a MacBook Pro or an iMac. In this case, I'm going to walk through it on my Mac Mini, and I'm going to give you all of kind of the ins and outs and how to step-by-step process, how to do it, and just a few little tweaks along the way to try and make this as user-friendly as possible for a Windows user. All right, who's coming to a Mac and not real sure about how this whole process works. Let's have some fun. Very first thing that I want to do is I want to download and I'm going to install Chrome. All right. Safari is a great browser, especially because it's, native to a Mac. I like using Chrome because I have a boatload of Chrome extensions and I want to be able to use those extensions. And of course you can install these side by side. You can have your Google Chrome installed along with Safari, and you can use either one, not a big deal. All right. In this case, we are going to go to Google Chrome download. So we're going to simply click on download Chrome and have it go into our downloads folder, which we have down here on the dock, which brings me, before we get too deep in the actual downloading process, brings me to something I want to point out. This looks like a folder, doesn't it? It's not a download folder though. It is downloads, but it doesn't open up like a typical Windows folder that we are so used to seeing and working with on a Windows computer. And when I download it, and I'm going to go ahead and download it and show you what I'm talking about here, it's going to be kind of like, what happened? Why isn't it opening? Okay, so it just popped in there to the downloads folder. You can see it actually downloading. It's got a little progress bar. That's fancy, right? Looks like, and it's bouncing. It's letting us know it's there. So we can go ahead and close this down. Now, again, typically with Windows, when you go and X out of a browser window that you're working for, that closes everything down. Another little quirk with Mac that you'll want to know, and that is, just because you've hit that red X and you've downloaded or you've X'd out of the browser, it hasn't X'd out of the actual program. You can tell right here it's saying Safari, and so Safari is still running. That Windows might be gone, but it's still running. So what you want to do whenever you're working on stuff, otherwise you're going to have a whole bunch of things open. If you meant to close it, in order to close it, you go up to Safari, click on Safari, go all the way down and do quit Safari. And you're going to do that with any, I wouldn't say any program, but most of the programs that you use on a Mac. So now Safari is completely down. It's gone. It's closed. All right. Still there if you want to use it. Now, next we want to do, the folder went away. It disappeared. It's still there. That's the downloads. It just is kind of letting you know that there's an actual download in the folder now. Now, if you're coming from a Windows world, you're going to want to click on this and open it up. And it's like, it's not happening. It's not opening up. It doesn't open up. Okay. And there's some things you can do to make this a little bit more user-friendly, if you will. Longtime Mac users might like what they're seeing here. It's called the fan. I don't like the fan. So what you can do is right click on this, and these are all of the options for that download folder, if you will. Again, it looks like a folder, but it's really not a folder. You can't open it like a folder. So what you want to do, even if you click on folder, it's still not going to open like a folder. Watch. It's still wanting to use a fan. So we right click on it again, and we have these view content as. You can do a grid, and this is what the grid looks like. Okay. You can right click and then you can do a list. And when you click on it, that's what the list looks like. And you can right click on it And if you want, you can do automatic, and then it just decides to change it to, or it'll decide how it wants to display on its own, I guess. So if we do it here, it's doing it on a fan. So I don't want that. I'm going to keep it on the list. Now, if you're wondering how to open this, that's very similar to a folder, what you'll do is click on it and do Open in Finder. And this opens like you would expect it to open if you were double clicking on it, like a folder, like a Windows folder. That's what I was expecting when I first opened it. And I was like, whoa, it's not working. So you got to click on Open in Finder in order to have it open like a normal folder would. That's really not a big deal though for what we're doing. When you have something in there and you want to actually install it, there is the file that we are going to use to install Google Chrome. All right. There's going to be other ways of installing a program. You can do a .dmg, which you'll see frequently. And then you'll also, which is what we've got here, you'll see a .pkg, a package file. And then I think there was another one as well. I think there's like 3. Today, we're going to be just installing the .dmg. And what you do is you just literally double click it. So what this does is it pops open automatically this window that we're going to use here in a minute. And then it has what they call a disk image that it has loaded onto your desktop. All right. Kind of weird when you are installing from a DMG on a Mac. What you do is you go over here and it just looks like it's a picture to me, right? But it actually is, you click on the Google Chrome, grab it, and pull it into, this is the applications folder. Now you can just drop it immediately and it's automatically being installed right now. So you can see what's going on right now. It's actually installing it. And we could also click on that and open it. And if we open it, we can go on up to the very top or scroll and we can see there's Google Chrome. It is now installed. So we can click on the Google Chrome. And is an app downloaded from the internet? Are you sure you want to open it? Yes, I am sure. Just now installed it. Let's open it. Now it's asking us, do we want to make the Google Chrome the default browser? Again, this is not going to be always the case with every program you install. I am going to say yes. I'm going to uncheck automatically send usage statistics and crash reports to Google. We're going to do an OK. And here it's asking us again, which one do we want to use as our default? Do we want to use Chrome or Safari? I am going to use Chrome as my default browser. I'm not going to sign in right now. I'm just going to stay signed out. And now we are rocking and rolling. We actually have installed our first program on our Mac and everything is good to go. Again, I'm going to exit out. Look at that. It's still running. Go up here to Chrome. Go on down to Quit Chrome. And my applications. In this case, when you X out of the applications menu, you don't have to X out of it like you would a normal program. It's just gone. Okay. So next thing that we're going to do here, we got all kinds of little notifications coming up because that's important to let us know, hey, you've just done something. It's like, oh yeah, I know I just did something. I really don't need a notification for that, but that's okay. We'll go ahead and exit out of that. So the very first thing that I'm going to do, and that is I'm going to right click on this and see if we have an empty downloads. We don't. I'm going to go ahead and click on it. And I don't want this in the downloads anymore. I can drag this over to, I guess I can't. We can't drag it into the trash. That would make too much sense. What we're going to do is click on this and we're going to do Open in Finder. And then from here, I should be able to right click and move to trash. Or I can grab it and drag it to trash, which is what I was just trying to do. All right. And we'll just drop it in the trash. Again, I'm going to get out of downloads. This is another one that when you close it, you don't have to go up and close it from the menu. There it is in trash. And I can right click on it again and do a delete immediately. Or I can do an empty trash, which is what I'll do. It's going to give us a warning. Are you sure? Yes, I'm sure. So here's the other little thing with these installation of programs. You now have to take this and you have to eject this. It's a temporary disk. It's what's loaded when it's installing a program on, or I should say an app on your Mac. We'll go ahead and just do eject Chrome and it's done. All right. So there you have it. We have installed our first app on a Mac. We've done a little bit of household cleaning, if you will, house cleaning, getting things organized, and walked you through the whole process of what it takes to install an app on a Mac, how to clean things up a little bit when you're all done. And now we're good to go. I'm Sean, the Tech Gremlin Warrior. Thank you for watching.